You know, when I walk into Lawrence, I take a deep breath and I feel relaxed. I have had many conversations with Lou Salza, who basically said, you don't have to be responsible for your child's education anymore. That's our job.
Who are we?
Lawrence Lions!
Why are we here?
Learn and achieve!
How do we do it?
With respect!
My daughter's name is Trinity. Her transition into Lawrence was a gift because we felt that we got our daughter back. We are now in a community of educators and learners who understand her. She is able to exhale during the day. The tension is gone of trying to navigate each teacher's desires or ways of learning or ways of taking notes. There is a through line of education. The teachers make each student feel like they're important and seen and heard.
Elizabeth started a different school for primary school. She'd been there for first grade. And it wasn't until third grade she had a teacher who had very little tolerance for learning differences, and she really made life difficult for Elizabeth. And at that point we realized that this wasn't working anymore, and I think the hardest thing for us was having to tell Elizabeth that they weren't going to offer her a place in their fifth grade class. And seeing my daughter look at me with tears streaming down her face and saying, what hope do I have when my school gives up on me?
You know, we started to see some changes with Harper, and then we went to Lawrence and we met with Mr. Hamilton when he described the school and also the smaller classes and, you know, what their focus was. And we knew he had, you know, some problems with reading, and that's the first time that we really heard about the reading techniques that they teach at Lawrence, and we thought that this would be, you know, something good for him.
After taking the tour, we said, you know what, we could see Elizabeth here. I think she would really benefit from this program. She visited the school, and after the first day she called me in the car and said, Mommy, they get it. They get it. Nobody talked to me like I was dumb. Nobody assumed I didn't know the answer before they even asked the question. They knew that I was smart and that it was just the words that make it really difficult for me. And that's when we knew we had a perfect fit.
When Harper started at Lawrence, he told me that, Mommy, he said, I feel smart now. And at that point, I didn't realize the magnitude of what was happening in kindergarten. And I knew then we made the best decision.
It was probably the, I don't know, first or second week she was at Lawrence, and she said, Mom, how do you spell Indiana? And I said, what are you doing? And she said, well, Mom, I'm making a list of the colleges I want to go to. And I was shocked because this was a kid who not 2 weeks before had said to us that she was done with school, that she was never going to be successful. And in the short time that she was at Lawrence, her attitude changed and she was regaining her confidence.
I think I noticed that the very next day after she had her first day at Lawrence, she actually got out of bed in the morning.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that she was enthusiastic to get up in the morning and go to school was a miracle. I mean, that was just a clear sign right away that this was the best thing for her.
Mm-hmm. I said the Lawrence gave me my daughter back, but it also gave us a relationship back, because instead of me being a helicopter parent and having to say, did you complete the requirements? I didn't have to do that at all. My daughter has taken initiative. I have not had to step in once to be able to make sure that she's doing what is expected of her. She takes pride in what she's doing.
There's definitely a life after Lawrence, and there's definitely a life at Lawrence. You just have to keep at it. It's a great school, the teachers are great, they'll cater to your needs.